Namaste. This is a very unusual group that my viewers haven't seen before, but a very important group. I am with Bhutanese Hindu refugees in the United States. Yes, Bhutan is a very wonderful, beautiful, peace-loving, exotic country. A lot of people who go there love it. But there has been turmoil for Hindus in Bhutan going back 20 years more or longer, and they have had to run to Nepal in refugee camps, and then from Nepal come to United States. Their story is a very important story as part of what's happening to Hinduism globally. So please introduce your name and your organization and tell us the story of Bhutan Hindus.
My name is Kamal Subedi. We represent Global Bhutanese Hindu Organization, GBHO. It's formed in USA. So the Bhutanese problem by itself started early 90s. There were problems earlier, but the real problem started earlier 90s when the Hindu ethnic Nepali-speaking Bhutanese had to face several problems from the government side, where we are not allowed to wear our clothes, practice our religion, practice our culture. So eventually that conflict escalated, and we were forcefully evicted from countries by various means, using army, police, all the forces available. And we gradually moved through India and went to Nepal and stayed in the refugee camps since early 1990s till 2007 and 8. So when the refugee problem in the refugee camps in eastern Nepal was not seen to be completed, the UN and UN decided to settle all these refugees in different countries. So we were settled in several countries like Australia, Netherlands, Norway, United Kingdom, Canada, United States. Of that, United States have almost 100,000 refugees who are settled here. So that was the end of a refugee era. Still there are some refugees still back in the camps. So as new immigrants, as refugee immigrants in United States, we are thriving. We are trying our best to still continue practicing our culture and religion. We are standing strong just to preserve or just to make a clear reason that we left our country just to practice Hinduism, so that we will keep on practicing Hinduism for the rest of our life. And we want our generations to keep on practicing Hinduism as long as we can transmit to the new generation. Thank you.
Thank you. And do you want to also, each of you, say just a little bit about yourself?
Thank you
and
for
this. And then
this.
I'll ask questions.
Thank you for this opportunity. When somebody come up with this, our background, our story, it touched my heart, because I lost my father in jail because of I follow the Hinduism. When I see my dress and my hat today, particularly I'm Nepali. I speak Nepali language. I follow Hinduism. Because of this Hindu dharma and this dress, the Bhutan government, they take my father in the jail, and they killed inside the jail, and they gave us dead body, and they asked us to leave the country immediately. So today we are in the United States, where the freedom and the religious freedoms, cultural freedoms, and everything. So I myself feel that why I was born inside the Bhutan, and I myself became a refugee from my motherland.
Please.
It's a pleasure to be here, and thank you, Rajivji, for the opportunity to come and talk about our life and the future. Myself, like Jamuna Gautam, I live in Columbus, Ohio now. I lived in refugee camp for 16 years, and now we are here in Chicago in the World Hindu Conference to represent our group, which is Global Bhutanese Hindu Organization. And we hope that from here we will learn and we can take the knowledge to our community to preserve and to save our Hindu culture. And I wanted to be the one that can call proudly myself, I'm Bhutanese American Hindu one day. So thank you for this opportunity.
My name is Syam Gautam. First name depicts Lord Krishna, last name depicts Gautam Buddha. In US, they try to call me Siam. They try to detach me from attachment from Lord Krishna. And for my entire life, I've been protective to call my name as Shyam, and which signifies me as a Lord Krishna. I still wear topi, my national dress. That's I have been fighting for long period of time. I was born in Bhutan. I grew up. When I just have my sensation, I myself found in a crowd in refugee camp, waiting for opportunities, waiting for facilities, waiting for basic necessities, and then still working very hard to protect my religion, my culture, and be a proud Hindu youth. And joined in Bhutanese Hindu organization recently, and trying to influence other youths to come along the same panel.
Thank you. So I want to know, so is it accurate to say that there is an ethnic cleansing of people who are Nepali ethnic people who are practicing Hinduism? This ethnic cleansing has been going on for over 20 years in Bhutan. Is that an accurate statement?
Yes.
That is a true statement.
This is a true story.
So is the problem mainly the Buddhists don't like Hindus, a religious problem, or is it an ethnic problem that Bhutanese ethnics don't like Nepalis? Is it ethnic, or is it religion, or is it both?
This is both ethnics and religions. So there is two kind of religion inside the Bhutan. The royal government of Bhutan is under the Buddhism, and we follow the Hinduism. We speak Nepali language.
Okay. So if we separate the two issues, one is ethnic,
Yes.
Racist kind of thing. The other is religion. You see the difference there, the difference between the two.
Yes.
So if we take them one at a time, in Bhutan, are there Hindus who are Bhutanese? Bhutanese, not Nepali or Indian. Are there Bhutanese Hindus or no?
I don't have that idea. So
You don't-
I never saw that the Bhutanese, the origin of Bhutanese people in Hinduism, but they follow Buddhism. They
Okay,
almost
so
have-
what you are saying is all the people who are ethnic Bhutanese are 100% of them, or almost all of them, Buddhists.
Buddhist.
Okay, so when they see a Hindu, they feel he's outsider. It's not just change of religion, but he's also ethnically outsider. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay, but suppose now in Nepal you have Hindus and Buddhists.
Yes.
You have Hindus and Buddhists. So if a Nepali who's a Buddhist were to go to Bhutan, would they accept him?
In the sense of Nepal, if they are Nepali citizens and if they are Buddhist, they are highly welcome inside the Bhutan. They accept the Nepalis. But those who are fled from the refugee Bhutan as a refugee, they are not accepted back, if they are Buddhist even.
My question is different. My question is not whether the Nepali government accepts. My question is about Bhutanese government. My question is, if a Nepali Buddhist goes to Bhutan, will the Bhutanese discriminate against him because he's Nepali, or will they accept him because he's a Buddhist
If he is Nepali
and a Buddhist?
and the Buddhist, still the Buddhist people are become refugee, means they are not going to accept when he speak Nepali language also.
Okay, so the issue is not anti-Hindu, it is anti-Nepal, anti-Nepalese, because Nepalis, whether he's a Hindu or a Buddhist, as long as he's speaking Nepali language, there's prejudice against him.
At that time in 1990, it was against the Hinduism and Nepali. But
Okay.
after that, now looks like Bhutan government, they changed some model and looks like they made an attack with the Nepali.
Okay, so how far back in history is this clash between between Bhutan and Nepal? Is it long back or not?
It looks like it started from 1986.
Okay, and what was the reason? Is it something to do with the Bhutan government, new king, what happened?
They wants to be one nation, one religions, and one language. So
Okay.
because of that, the clash start inside the Bhutan.
So, this is very sad because we see Bhutan as sort of the epitome of peace and harmony as a Buddhist kingdom. India has been protecting them. India should protect them from China taking over. So, it's very sad that this, because Buddhists in India, Dalai Lama is very friendly. So, is this something the Dalai Lama should be working on, and the Bhutanese government influencing them, because he's got clout as a Buddhist?
Yeah, so yesterday also we listened his voice, and everywhere when I heard the Dalai Lama, he highly recommend and he highly appreciate the Hindu Dharma. That means that we don't see that in India part or as a religion part there is a clash or problem between the Hindu and Buddhist. But when we are inside the Bhutan, there is a problem because of the government and the peoples inside the Bhutan, those who follow Hinduism.
So this is a topic for investigation. I can only do so many things, but this is a great topic for somebody to figure out what is the origin of the Bhutanese government's policies of ethnically cleansing Nepali Hindus, this would be a very important thing to find out. I mean, you would think that in the spirit of peace and spirituality, they would be welcoming. So, to create a 100% Buddhist Bhutan, it's not really in the spirit of Buddhism that Dalai Lama and many other Buddhists talk about. So, this is a very important topic. Do you want to say something on that?
Yes. One of the biggest concern, or one of the things that we were never spoken about, is when the cleansing happened, we as Hindus, we more than 150,000 people, we were displaced from Bhutan. We moved to Nepal through India, and this was a big problem in early 90s. But neither the Buddhist community in India or anywhere around the world, or even the Hindu community in India, they were not eager to present this problem to the international community, or never willing to address our problem at that point.
But has it been presented now?
I don't think. We are trying to advocate this to the highest level. Means we don't want to miss conferences and gatherings like this. We want to make sure that we are heard and we are represented everywhere. We just want to make sure, though it is almost more than two decades back, but we still want to bring up the problem, and we want to say that this is the root where people like him, he lost his dad, we lost our country, we were in the refugee camps for more than 17 years.
So now let's fast forward to today in the United States. So we have already covered the history in Bhutan, in Nepal and so on. Now you are Americans, you are here given refugee status. So what is your situation like? What are some of the challenges you're facing in the United States?
So some of the challenges are, I think we touch base with what earlier spoke, it was spoke. We are finding it really difficult to keep on preserving and practicing. Though it is secular, we can practice to our any extent, but we are finding it difficult to keep on continuing preserving Hinduism out here.
Yeah, because this is what the first generation of immigrants faces, because they don't have leaders, they don't have temples, they don't have education. So I think have you tried? Suppose you don't have Nepali. In the Nepali language, Hindu temples. Okay, but we have in the Hindi language, various Indian languages, Hindu temples. What happens if you go to the Hindu temples run by Indians? Are you welcome or not?
We are highly welcome. We can always go there like Indians. Like a normal Indian who goes to the temple every time. But the thing is, from our perspective, what we see is just going to a temple will not preserve Hinduism. We have to do in our daily basis, in our weekly basis, in the community level. So we are working on that. Family level, yeah. You
have to teach people. So have you considered joining? Do you have people in college, kids in college? So maybe you should join the Hindu Student Council.
Yes. I'm so privileged to attend this conference. Yesterday I met with a lot of youths from all over the country, and I have acquired that network now, and I am implementing that network system to our community so that more of my friends and other younger generation will join the campaign. So in terms of, back to your question about temples, we are Hindu, but sometimes our religions and festivals are a little different as a culturally wise. For example, festival for women Tej is coming this weekend and coming week, but that's not celebrated in a temple owned by Indian communities.
Yeah, you see, the thing is that Hindus' festivals and even deities are very regionalized, adapted.
Yes, absolutely.
That's part of the beauty. I mean, you go to the south, you go to Bengal, you go to Punjab, you go to Maharashtra, and you see different ways of celebrating even Diwali, even Durga Puja, even certain festivals are only in one place and not in another place, and they're all adapted. So there's many paths in Hinduism, as you know. So Nepali Hindus, it's wonderful, it's very beautiful, and they have their own ways, and they should have their own ways.
Absolutely.
There's nothing wrong. So this is something. So ultimately, you need the funding and support to create Nepali Hindu temples. This is what you need. But because you're in many cities, it's a little difficult. If you're all 150,000 in one city, then it would be easier to organize it. But you're in many cities, very difficult. So also you need to train priests, because when we Indians came into this country, the first temples were like in somebody's house, it would be a spare bedroom. That would be the Hindu temple. That's how we started. So you also need to do that. But what you need is to train leaders. I think that's the leadership training is necessary.
Thank you for that one. So because of that, these many regions, we create a common platform to join not only the United States, to get a people from other country also. Global Bhutanese Hindu organizations.
Global Bhutanese
Hindu organization.
Global Bhutanese Hindu organization.
So he is a youth coordinator from there and women empowerment, a secretary is here, and I am the president of that organization.
Wonderful. So Infinity Foundation wants to work with you. We will work with you. You write to me later on. We will support you. We'll include you in different ways. We'll get your message out. We'll try to get some funding to help you guys, because we are with you. We understand what you're going through. So support us. Subscribe to these shows if you like them, so we can continue bringing more issues that people need to know, that most people don't know about. And support us in whatever way you can. Share this. And thank you for coming. We will make sure your message goes wide and you get more support.
Thank you for these great opportunities.
Thank you very much. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here and also hit the bell icon to make sure you get notified. To donate, please click this button.